understand how difficult that is for me. I'm a musician, okay? So for us to put this together, it took us, let's say 45 minutes, and I've done it so many times.
Yeah, something like that.
Guys, hello, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Yasa. I'm a violinist, and I moved across the planet to start a new life for myself. So I'm in this pandemic, I'm telling you all about this journey and introducing you to my wonderful friends. Well, actually, one of the greatest benefits of being a musician, I find that I speak universal language, language of music, and I found tremendous friends all over the world, and it's just so nice to connect to them during this pandemic when all of us have time. So today I wanted to introduce you to my fantastic friend, gorgeous, beautiful girl. I'm so blessed to know you, Carlotta. She lives in Spain. Her name is Carlotta, and she's gonna tell us a little bit about her country. Hi, Carlotta.
Hi, yes. Thank you for inviting me to your channel. I'm very happy to be here.
I'm so happy we can do this. And even those 45 minutes of setting up was fun, right?
It's fun. It's fun. It's gonna be good.
Okay, excellent. Well, Carlotta, tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and how we met.
Okay. Yes, so I'm from Madrid, but I went to college in the US. I went to the same university that Yasa was studying in. So I was in the US for about 6 years, and I had to come back to Spain in March because of work visa and the pandemic hit. So it all kind of blended in together, and I came back home. So right now I'm doing my master's in film directing, and that's what I want to do. I want to work in film or TV, just production in general.
That is so cool. I'm sure a lot of people dream of becoming a media specialist and working in film. I think it's such an exciting industry. And you are really, really talented.
Oh, thank you.
I remember you were making a video for my duo, and we had some good memories. We would meet up at 5 a.m. at the beach and do some shooting at the sunrise.
Yeah, that was fun. That was also my birthday. I remember that was my 21st birthday.
And it was your birthday. I remember, yes. Wasn't it nice? Unforgettable experience.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think the video came together pretty nice.
Yeah, I think it was very beautiful. The lighting was beautiful. Like the sunrise was amazing. So it was definitely the perfect.
We also brought keyboard on the beach, and we brought the violin on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
And I
there's some really nice pictures of you with that violin from that day, I remember.
Yeah, and I remember I had to go in with the violin into the water at 5, 6 a.m. when it's pretty cold.
Yeah, that's true. That's fun. That's cool.
It was a sad video. I was supposed to drown myself, I think. Something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, Carlotta, how is it in Spain? I remember I was so sad when you told me you are leaving, but maybe it was a good choice at that time. Tell me, how do you guys deal with pandemic?
Yeah, so when I came back, I was just worried because everyone thought that this was just gonna last for 2 weeks, like 2-week lockdown. But then, like 6 or 7 months later, we're still dealing with it. So Spain, we were in lockdown for about 2 months until like May. And then we were able to leave slowly, like, we could leave at certain times, then we could go for a walk. Slowly, like places were opening and things like that. And then during the summer, it was pretty much like everything was back to normal. Like we had to wear masks and there were certain restrictions, but everything just kind of opened back up again and everyone was very excited. And I think that because of that, we hit the second wave back in September when we went back to school and jobs and things like that. So then since September, depends where you are in Spain, it's been like a different story, but in Madrid, it was really bad for a while. Then it got better. And now with the holidays, it's like they keep changing the restrictions and like limiting things, opening up some stuff. But I mean, most things are open and we have a curfew now. We have to be home at 12 at midnight and you can't leave until 6 a.m.
So since like you can't celebrate New Year then? You can't celebrate it outside.
Yeah. I know that day they extended the curfew until 1:30, but that's like nothing, That's not really a lot. So what some people are doing, they're just gonna like go and spend the whole night in one place. They're not gonna drive or move or anything, but that's very dangerous because then we also have a limit of how many people can join at a time. It's a maximum of 6 people like allowed to gather at any point. So that makes it very difficult if you want to be with family or friends and things like that.
How many people in your family?
No, we actually we were gonna go see our grandparents, but we were very worried because they don't live in Madrid and we haven't seen them in a while. So we were worried that we might have it, like we might bring it to them and they might get sick. So we didn't actually go see them. Oh. So it's just been my parents and my brother. But I mean, it's the safest thing, I think. So
I agree. Me for Christmas, it was just me and my best friend, and we had the best time ever. We needed that rest, and I think we all understand that this is our war time. Our relatives and our ancestors went through war, went through pandemics, went through a lot of crazy stuff, right? So this is our war time, and we all at war, and we need to do our part, right?
Yeah, I totally agree.
What about restaurants? Are they open?
Yeah, they're open. I mean, everything has been open since May, June, like when we were able to leave. It's just now they have to close a bit earlier. And it's funny because I don't know if you know, but in Spain, we usually have lunch and dinner very late compared to other countries. Like we eat dinner at 10 p.m. or something like that.
I didn't know that, no.
Yeah. And my family especially, we eat super, super late. But because everything is closing earlier, we're kind of moving the hours. We're having dinner at 8:30, so we have time to be with people and stuff if you're going out. So yeah, everything is open. It's just the time that they have to close.
So do you wear masks when you?
Yeah, no, you wear masks all the time unless you're eating or drinking or doing something. You have to wear a mask. Mm-hmm. And people are pretty good about it, actually. Here, most people do wear it. I mean, some people.
So when you're outside, you see everyone masked up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, people are pretty respectful with that. Yeah, which is good.
That's awesome. Yeah. You can feel safe outside. That is a big thing. That's really great. I applaud you guys for that. So if you eat dinner at 10, what time do you guys go to sleep usually?
I mean, it depends. But we usually, let's say we eat dinner at 10, and then if you're out with your friends, you're probably gonna have a drink or something. So midnight to 1, but if you have work in the morning, it's different. I think everyone has a different time schedule. But yeah, we do everything a bit later, I think.
How interesting. What about breakfast? Do you guys have tradition of having breakfast?
I don't know, traditional food, you mean?
Well, do you usually have breakfast or you skip it?
Yeah, we have breakfast. I mean, just I don't think we have. It's not like in the US that it's this huge, pancakes and eggs. We don't do that much stuff. It's just maybe toast with olive oil and tomato and a coffee.
Oh,
it's very
my goodness.
Simple and simple. Yeah.
Sounds so delicious. And vegetables, they're completely different, right? The taste is just so vibrant.
It's different. It's also different how people how they cook, how they prepare food. We don't eat out as much as in the US. I think there's this culture of cooking and eating at home and home cooked meals.
Oh, it sounds so idyllic. I'm not a big cook, but it sounds really, really delicious. If someone would cook for me home cooked meals, I would.
Yeah, that would be the best, right? Are you great at your food?
Well, I want to learn actually. This art of cooking have been fascinating for me for a long time because I can see people preparing meals for entire days on end. Some meals takes days to make, right? Some stew, when you have to keep it for a while, right? Or interesting pastry that you have to freeze for hours.
Yeah.
Or even turkey, right? You have to roast it for many, many hours for Thanksgiving dinner, for example. What about you? Are you continuing tradition of your family? Are you a great cook and you love cooking?
I don't know if I'm a great cook, but I do enjoy cooking. So my mom is usually the one that cooks in the house, but she doesn't really like it. She doesn't enjoy it. So now that I'm home, now that I'm home and I'm I can help you. I can start it up and things like that. So I think I'm cooking more now, which is good because I'm learning a lot. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm good. I think I'm getting there. I'm like learning every day.
Yeah, I think that's also part of my problem because, since I'm not really fluent in this art, I'm kind of hesitant because, you only want to do something that you're great at, right? You don't want to be, you don't want to cook something and then it's not good, right? So I guess it's just a matter of trying and doing it. What's your favorite dish to make?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Today we made this
because I want to know when I visit you what you're gonna cook.
You were talking about how some meals take forever. Today we took forever with this meal, but I think it was completely worth it because I really enjoy eating. Like, it's one of my favorite things to do. It's eating.
Of course, me too.
And it was this like, what is it called? It's not shrimp. It's one of these seafood shrimp-like animals. Now I can't think of
paella?
it.
I'm sure the most popular dish there is paella, right?
Well, paella is actually from usually from the Valencia, which is near the ocean, and it's typical in the summer. But yes, it's good all the time. But we made a lasagna, like a shrimp lasagna, but it was very good. Like, it turned out so tasty. It was amazing. So good.
Carlotta, you're making me hungry now.
So, and there's some leftovers too, so I'm gonna have some tonight. It's gonna be amazing.
How do you make it? Walk me through it.
So you peel the shrimps, which are not shrimps, they're like bigger shrimps, but now I can't think of the word. Mm-hmm. And you make them, you cut them. Put
jumbo shrimps, no?
What?
Jumbo
maybe shrimp? I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay, I won't interrupt anymore. I'm not an expert.
No, I don't know, because maybe that's what it is. It's just the word is different. But yeah, just some garlic and parsley. In Spain, garlic and parsley is like the main thing. Like, you use it for everything.
Oh.
Yeah. So you cut it up, you make it. You actually make the heads and then you crush them to get like the juice out because it's very tasty. It sounds horrible, but it's very tasty.
No. It sounds good.
And then you make, bechamel. I don't know how to say it in English. It's just like milk flour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So then you make that. You mix a little bit with the juice from the thingies. And you get the cannellonis with the pasta. You fill them out, cover it with bechamel, and put it in the oven. It's very good. Very tasty.
So no veggies, right? Just shrimp?
You can put veggies. We actually put some tomato, I think. Like tomato with it. Yeah. I mean, you can put as many.
Usually it goes with tomato paste, no?
I think it depends how you make it. But yeah, you can put anything. Okay. Anything is
okay. Oh, wow. Sounds delicious. Send me a piece, okay?
I will.
Or at least a picture. Well, a lot of, our channel is growing actually, so we have a lot of people watching this and a lot of our family members in our community asking about education and health care system in different countries. So can you tell us about education a little bit? Is it the same as in US? And what was the biggest difference you noticed? Because I know you studied in Spain first, right? And then you came to do your bachelor's and master's here. So how can you compare it?
I mean, so in Spain, I haven't done any college or anything. Well, I'm doing my master's now, but I did my whole, like, you have to constantly be studying. It's a lot of memorizing, a lot of exams. Mm-hmm. There wasn't a lot of like practical work, like projects and like, the kind of things that America is like more known for. Like, oh, we don't need to memorize. You're just applying it in practice. Like, we didn't do much of it. Mm-hmm. So I think in that sense, like, people are very smart because you spend so much time studying. Like, it's very, very tough. You can't work, you can't, like, most of your time is just like school and studying, and that's what you do. And that's how it's like organized for those ages. So like in that sense, it builds your character, like, how to organize yourself, you learn how to study, how to be and do all of that. But then that's all you know how to do. So then I guess people, when they get to college and they have to do, like, I never wrote an essay until I went to the US, which is crazy to some people because that's all they did when they were in high school is write essays. But I didn't do that. Mm-hmm. I just like studied and eventually did some kind of project, and you prepare for exams. So then in the US, it's more like essays and presentations. There was a lot of that, which I liked because it was different and I learned and I enjoyed it. But I think that the academic level in the US is not as high, but then people are more successful there. So I don't know how that really works. I don't know if it's just like a
interesting
sort of balance, you know?
Mm-hmm. Very interesting that you're pointing that out. I find it true too, because I think in our countries, European countries, the education level is higher and people all around more educated. But in US, you can really learn one skill or apply your set of skills to one specific purpose or profession, and then you become really successful at it, and you can really capitalize on that, right? Which is much harder to do in Europe. So that's interesting how what is actually has more value, right? Do you want to be educated but stay in the same kind of middle level, or you want to really excel in something and just capitalize on one strength that you have? Interesting, right?
Yeah, and I think it's also interesting because I don't know how your experience was in Russia, but in the US, they put a lot of emphasis on you doing like sports and arts and music. Like there's a lot of variety. And like when I was in school, I only did like biology, physics, math. It was very academic, only academic, you know? So I like that they dedicate some time to other things. I think that's good too.
You write about sports, because for me it was such a revelation. I'm a musician, you know, in Russia, and I had academics and I had music together. But of course, my main focus was music. And believe me, there weren't enough sport in my life at all, in academic sense.
Never.
Never, right? I used to dance. I love dancing. So I did go to dancing studio, but that was my thing, you know, it's not for education whatsoever. And coming here, sports being such a huge part of academic life, you can even get partial or full scholarship on merits of being a good athlete. I think it's incredible, and it really brings so much excitement to academic life, right? And also it's healthy, and
it's good.
It's good, exactly. Yeah, very interesting. And so you're doing masters now. Is it online or it's in person?
No, it's all in person for now, which I like because so I just had more theory like classes, and then starting in January it's all going to be more practical, like workshops and things like that. So, you know, it's worth it that it's in person, because if it's online, it's not really, you're not getting that much out of it. So far it's all been in person for my school. Other schools are online.
Mm-hmm. And studying in America, what do you think it gave you that you would never have gotten studying in Spain?
I think, my specific experience, you know, studying at Lynn, obviously meeting people from all over the world, which I would have never met studying in Madrid, because it's just not the same. I think that's like one of the greatest things that happened. I think just like learning to be independent, because, you know, I live by myself, we lived on campus, and you know, that was that kind of life. If I would have stayed here, I think I would have just like lived with my parents, which is what my brother is doing, which is not bad, but it's just a different experience. And I think, it's just learning to start doing more things by yourself. Like I remember my freshman year, I didn't do much. And then starting sophomore year, I was like, okay, I'm going to get a job. I'm going to join this club. I'm going to do this. Like you don't do that in Spain. There's not enough time to do all those things. And I enjoyed, you know, doing all of that. I also did 2 majors at Lynn. Is crazy because you can't do that here. It was psychology and film, which have nothing to do with one another. So I just like the flexibility of the US, you know, that you can make your own, you know, organization. I like that.
I didn't know that you have psychology major. That's why you're so intuitive, my dear.
Oh, maybe.
Is your brother older or younger?
He's younger. Yeah, he's 3 years younger.
And how is it custom in Spain with parents and kids? Is there a certain age when kids supposed to move out, or is it a custom for kids staying with their parents? Because you know, of course, in US it's the very first opportunity kids can go to college, they gone. You know, they gone, adios, and they're just off to their independent life. How is it in Spain?